What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, to subscribe to this channel, and of course I'll try to be bringing you more news, more content, daily as I hear things. I'll try to bring them to the forefront. So yeah, this is a channel we talk all things boxing, and not going to waste no time here. Let's get to the announcement. So
yes, hello from Brentwood. This is the home of Matchroom, and this was the Matchroom Square Garden last month for Fight Camp. It's where Dillian Whyte, of course, was brutally KO'd by Povetkin. But Eddie Hearn is with me now. Eddie, the rematch is on. Where and when, and will the outcome be any different this time?
Well, we hope so. November 21 just made it official. Where? Royal Albert Hall, Wembley Arena, two places we're looking at. Obviously subject to fans are returning is where we will be staging the event. With or without fans, that takes place November 21st, as does our entire schedule. And yeah, quite right to think that.
So the rematch that we heard about, immediately in the aftermath of Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin won. Whyte was very, vocal. He opened up about the loss and, his sort of loss of concentration. He was very positive. He seemed to be in good spirits, even after being knocked out like he was. And he did say that, look, I want the rematch. I want the smoke. All I want is the smoke. And he said, I want it straight away. I don't want to hang around. I want the rematch. I want to go back in the ring with this guy. And he was saying confidently that, look, I can beat this guy. I can beat Povetkin. I know the mistake I made. Let's go, baby. Let's get it back on. So yeah, this rematch is coming, and it's coming very, very soon before we know it. I mean, you're talking about a rapid turnaround. I mean, it's gonna be, speaking from today, 15th of September, you're talking about, I think it's about 8 weeks in total, just around sort of a 2-month period, and we'll be into the rematch. And for me personally, I do think this is a very quick turnaround. I think it's on Dillian Whyte's part, it is a brave move. It is a move that the average man, the non sort of fighting man, the non-boxer, those who don't go in the ring, don't make the sacrifices, the average man is not going to understand this decision because of how brutal the knockout was. But Dillian Whyte, he's a guy that he's a fighter. Fighting is, pretty much what he knows. You could argue that, well, that's all he knows. He's a fighter. He's a young man that's been, fighting for his whole life, and he's always been involved in combat sports throughout his life. And he's a guy that, this is what he knows. He knows to fight, he knows to box. So I think he's just showing here the pride of a fighter, how a proud warrior moves. And for me, I think this is not only a bold and brave move, I think it's an extremely dangerous move, because we haven't had a lot of time between the initial fight, which was in August, which just last month, not too long ago, and the proposed rematch date, which is only going to be 8 weeks from today. So you're just talking a short matter of months between Whyte being brutally knocked out with the one punch, the left uppercut, and him actually going into the rematch. So I think that, yeah, I don't see a problem with him having a rematch, but I do think that the risk of this rematch is far greater now, being that there's not a lot of time between the fight, between the two fights. There's not a lot of time now. It's really, really quick turnaround. And for me, that's what's going to make the fight that bit harder for Dillian Whyte, because there's not much time in between it. It's very short turnaround. It's not like Joshua and Ruiz, where Joshua got upset, but then there was a 6-month time period between when he got knocked out and the rematch. Excuse the cold. But with Dillian Whyte, it's just a couple of months, and he's going to be back in there. And I think it's definitely I believe it's a fight that he can win. I do still favor Alexander Povetkin, being that he's gotten a knockout, and I think the quick turnaround between the fights is going to favor Povetkin more. I do think Dillian Whyte can win this fight, but I think in order for him to win this fight, he's going to have to box the perfect fight. He's going to have to be practicing right now at this moment as we speak. He's going to have to be practicing, you know, avoiding those uppercuts, not squaring up. He's going to have to be sort of practicing for those little sneak attacks and those little slick, sly moves that the old veteran Alexander Povetkin is gonna bring to him in the rematch. And I think that's going to be very, very difficult to do in such a short space of time. I think Dillian can win the fight, but it's a real uphill battle, and the quick turnaround, I feel, is going to favor Alexander Povetkin. But again, hats off to Dillian Whyte. It's a rematch that, should he win it, you know, gets him right back up there with the big boys, you know, and he you know, he'll get the chance to prove himself. I think the world title shot, boy, even if he does win the rematch, the world title shot will probably only come in about, I don't know, probably 2022 now, because he's already been knocked down the pecking order. But anyway, it's going to be intriguing to see. Best of luck to both fighters. Best of luck to Dillian, of course. You know, I hope he can turn it around and he can win. I think, you know, again, it's one of them where he's going to have to box the perfect fight to beat this guy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know, you'll hear more about it as the days go on, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. It will be an interesting one, and it will be a good one to sort of as we come towards the end of the year. But yeah, that's your breaking news right there. Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin, number 2, November 21st, live on Sky Sports Box Office. So that's our thoughts for now. MKO Pugilism, over and out. See you next time.